p.m. onwards.
Good afternoon. You're watching CNN News 18. I'm Arunama. We are counting down to that CNN News 18 town hall ahead of 2024 elections. Top newsmakers will weigh in on the mood of the nation. This even as opposition is getting together at Bengaluru to strategize against the Modi government. And BJP is looking for more partners in the National Democratic Alliance. We'll tell you more about the political configurations. But first to news that is just coming in. This is about the Jain monk who was murdered in Karnataka. Now protesters have reached Delhi's Jantar Mantar against the government's indecisiveness, and what they're alleging is that the police is not doing enough there. There are protesters in Delhi's Jantar Mantar now who are protesting against the Belgavi murder of the Jain monk. Just to give you a backgrounder, Jain monk Kamkumar Nandi Maharaj from the Nandi Parvat Ashram at the Hirakodi village in Chikodi Taluk of Belgavi was allegedly murdered, and his body was then dumped in a borewell pit. Ever since this happened, politics has been going on. The Siddaramaiah government has been accused of not doing enough as far as the probe in this case is concerned. And now the Jain community members have decided to hold a silent protest in Delhi's Jantar Mantar. My colleague Ritu has been tracking this story. Ritu, this protest reaching Delhi now, clearly pressure is mounting on the government and the police in Karnataka.
Well, very true. You see, right after this incident that actually took place in Chikkodi Taluk of Belgavi district, we did see how the protest erupted across Karnataka and now reaching different states as well. So we did see how Hindu outfits here in the state alleged that there's no enough security for Hindus and also especially Jains as well now. The law and order situation here in the Karnataka has completely collapsed. So that's the allegation that was made by the Hindu outfits as well. But now what, remember, in fact, the BJP in the Legislative Assembly also went on to protest, got into the well of the House and also outside the Vidhan Sauda too. BJP leaders called for a protest demanding for the CBI inquiry into this whole murder. In fact, but what the state, so the Congress government, in fact, decided that they won't be giving this case to the CBI because the Home Minister G. Parmeshwar, remember, had told that when the state police is capable of doing that job, and they have also cracked down this whole murder case as well by arresting 2 members, and further investigation is also on to understand the kind of relationship that Jain monk was also sharing with these accused as well. So while that whole investigation is underway, the BJP has no better job to do but just rack up such issues unnecessarily. So that is an attempt because of the Lok Sabha elections coming up. So that was the allegation that was made by the Congress government as well. But now you see, as you said, again in the Delhi now the protests have also erupted. But here in the Karnataka, especially in the coastal belt of the Karnataka as well, the community members also came out to lash out at Congress government, saying that why is there no proper law and order situation being maintained, and why is it all happening right after the Congress came to power? But needs to be seen now with a lot of pressure that is getting mounted on the Congress government as well, what will be their further move.
So is the protesting group, I can see the Jain Muni's murder, the posters and banners that protesters are carrying here in Jantar Mantar, they're alleging not enough is being done. Is the police giving anything by way of investigation as to how much they have progressed, which could then give some comfort to the protesters that police is serious?
Well, what the police in its investigation has also so far identified is that of course the accused and Jain monk were known to each other from a long time, and also that the police in fact says that the key accused had asked him for a money, and later point after a couple of years that the Jain monk started demanding him that money back, that he then had no other way but to go with this step and in fact go on to murder him as well. So with that he also took an help of the other person too. Now, so that's the reason what the police is saying is that initially, in the initial investigation so far, it has been identified as that it was their personal issue as well. But however, police says that there might be other angles as well that the police is also trying to probe but however, now again, because remember the head of the Jain monk, Jain community in the Belgavi as well, he sat for Dharna too, where G. Parmeshwar, the Home Minister, had to go meet him discuss this whole issue and also assure that the government will ensure that the law and order situation is in place across the state. And when it comes to the communities, they are all very safe because the Congress government, as said by the Home Minister, believes in impartial probes and transparent investigation as well. And he assured that in this case as well, there will be a transparent investigation that will take place and the community need not fear about it at all. So in the Karnataka, all communities are safe, and these are unnecessary issues because in the state, the BJP is in fact doing all this, and one should not fall prey to it, is what the Congress government has said. But looks like this matter will not end here. It will further escalate as well, because right after that whole murder too, we are still seeing the protests erupting in the different parts of the Karnataka and now again in the different states of the nation as well. But however, it needs to be seen how will the Congress government handle the situation.
But that's the question. If this is being treated as a pure case of crime, personal enmity or that angle is being seen by the police, what do you think is the reason why Jain community members across the country are coming out on the streets?
Well, see, what the Congress government is alleging that even before the Congress came to power in the state, they assured the people of Karnataka that the law and order situation, which was allegedly collapsed when the BJP was in the power, the party will ensure that it will all set back again in a right manner and ensure that all that unconstitutional moves that have been taken by the BJP as well will all be corrected by the Congress government. And the Congress party, in fact, is a party which believes in keeping all the communities united and taking it forward, because the dream of the Karnataka right now is to top on all the lists as well. So all these issues should really not hinder, is what the Congress government has said. And remember, many leaders of the Congress party had also gone on to say that even when the BJP was in the power, there were many communal issues that were actually, in fact, coming up every month, every week as well. But now Congress coming back to the power, Congress party says that the law and order situation is getting back in the state, and all that is also being done. Now, remember, in the coastal belt of Karnataka, where this particular community actually resides in a huge number, there again, the government went on to decide that there will be a special task that will be formed. In fact, that is also being formed as well to ensure that no such communal issues takes place. And whenever there are such issues that will erupt, the police will there ensure that the right information has been passed to all the communities and ensure that the unity remains in the state, and that should really not have any sort of should not create any sort of an issue in the state.
Right. Ritu, thank you so much for that perspective. Ritu reporting on the Jain community protesting here in Delhi on the issue of the Jain monks' murder.